Hey everybody, welcome. Just going to be a really quick one today. Wanted to have a look at and show you the expansion for Hold the Line by Worthington Games. Today we're going to be having a quick look at Hold the Line, The French and Indian War by Worthington Games, designed by Grant, Mike, and Kevin Wiley, and Matt Burchfield. Doesn't come in a box. It comes shrink wrapped with the rule book and the counter sheets for the new units and terrain tiles that you'll be using. French and Indian Wars, late 1750s, early 1760s, where a lot of the officers that gained notoriety during the American War for Independence first cut their teeth, including the man himself. Anyway, let's have a quick look at French and Indian Wars for Hold the Line. First off, let's take a look at the rule book that you get with the French and Indian War expansion. It's pretty short. It introduces you to the new types of terrain that come with the game. You've got deep water hexes that are impassable. There's boats that you can now use to position units and move them on the deep water. You've got forts, Indian villages, you've got some Indian units, you've got British Ranger units, and of course the French. You've got plenty of counters representing the French army. Similar to the original Hold the Line components, you got leaders, artillery, light infantry, regular infantry, and their associated step-down counters. The first page of the rule book just goes into the new terrain tiles, the new units, and some of the new rules tweaks that go with them, which I'll explain in a moment. And then it gets right into the additional scenarios you get with the game. 5 new scenarios covering the French and Indian Wars. It's set up pretty much the same as the Hold the Line rulebook. Nice big graphic that shows you how to set it up, which terrain tiles to use, the list of the different forces you'll be using, along with a nice historical background of each battle. I've got the Battle of Bloody Bridge set up here. One, to show you just, the look of one of the scenarios that come with this expansion, but also as a reminder to me to point out that the new terrain tiles that come with the game, there's a minor misprint. Not enough forest tiles were printed, which is to say that needed forest tiles are printed on the backs of some other terrain tiles that you'll need. What I did was I just substituted a swamp tile and called it a forest tile for the purposes of the scenario. Just in case any of you who are considering purchasing this expansion get confused when setting up this scenario. I want to show you the Indian units really quick. Here's all of our Indian forces along with a leader. Here's a brief look at a couple of the new units you get with the game, Indians and Rangers. Now, in the original Hold the Line, Dragoons had a unique ability in that they could move and then for an additional action point fire, all in the same activation. They were the only units that were able to do that. Now, with these Indian and Ranger units, they have the same additional ability, but in addition to just being able to move and fire, now they can also fire and move, which, while starting out weak strength-wise, make these units very powerful in their own way. I should also point out that Indians and Rangers have an ability to move 1 or 2 hexes. Boats can carry units for a cost of 1 action point up to 2 hexes through or across deep water. Units on boats can fire from boats for a small penalty, and also, once you move a boat, you can spend more action points to move your units off the boat onto a land hex. Forts, when occupied, can be a very tough nut to crack, giving a -2 penalty to the attacker. More units, more terrain tiles, different types of terrain, different types of units that operate according to different rules, and more new scenarios equals options, options, options. So, Hold the Line, the French and Indian War. Not going to go into the mechanics in this video. I covered them as well as I could in my original Hold the Line review. Good news is, mechanically, there's really nothing that's changed here. That's a good thing. That means you folks that already have Hold the Line can dive straight into this without even hitting the pause button and start playing immediately. The scenarios are fun. I enjoyed them a lot. More of the 18th century linear combat action, action, action goodness that I enjoyed so much about Hold the Line. 5 new scenarios. The question you're asking, of course, as with any expansion, I already own the original game. Is it worth it to get the expansion? My answer to that, in my opinion, is yes. I found it on my favorite online retailer's website for $15, shipping included. More scenarios, more terrain tiles, more different kinds of units, spells, options. It's going to take you a long time to wear out all of the scenarios that come with Hold the Line and the French and Indian War expansion. And for you more creative spirits out there, all the different terrain tiles mean really design any battlefield you want, any skirmish you want, any kind of conflict you want. Really, there's almost no limit to the kind of creativity you can have designing your own scenarios with this game, which I think just puts replayability off the chart. Great introductory mechanics, great optional rules that come with the original game. You do have to own Hold the Line in order to make French and Indian War playable. But yeah, worth it, absolutely. Pick up the expansion for Hold the Line from Worthington Games. French and Indian War, designed by Grant, Mike, and Kevin Wiley, and Matt Burchfield. I enjoyed it a lot. Oh, and all the components for French and Indian War fit easily into the box for Hold the Line, which makes storage no problem. I enjoyed it a lot. I think you will too. So I'm going to give this a thumbs up. And until next time, happy gaming.